Ooh, what's up? What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another session of Coffee and Martial Arts. Salute, salute, salute. Cheers. Yes, coffee is good, and so is the show today. We have a great guest. This week has been, the Gentleman Week, okay? Because we had already Kempo professor Damien Abbott from Exeter, England, and today we have a very special guest. We have Associate Master of the Arts, Richard Matthews, from Jersey Island, from the UK as well. So he brings a wealth of knowledge and experience, many years, almost around 40 years in Kempo. And he was, he started Kempo back in the days when Kempo was a tough art, really tough art. Okay, still tough. Don't get me wrong, but times have changed. So he's going to share the experience of the art, his points of views, and a lot of interesting stuff. So go get your cup of coffee and let's talk. So no more introduction. Let's just bring the man on. Hello, sir. Good morning or good afternoon there.
Good evening. Hello, Frank. Hello, everybody. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Thank you for accepting the invitation, sir. It's an honor to have you here on the show.
It's all my privilege. Thank you for asking. You asked me on because I was complimenting you on what you were doing, and we had a chat. And next thing, I was taken aback to have me on.
Well, and also, what I'm trying to do here is to bring, most of the Kempo players, the Kempo teachers and instructors who have been in the art for long and that have something important to say. And that's why I invited you. I met you back in 2008 in the IKC there in Jersey Island. Great times. And
Yep.
I know that you have a lot to bring off. I remember the Kempo Works. You had like a website or was it a forum? What was it?
I've had a couple of websites. What happened was I never kept them up because I'm a technophobe. I just can't do it. I struggle with YouTube and Facebook and Zoom. So I've attempted in the past to put videos up. In Jersey, we're on an island, okay? Jersey's a small island. Damien, who was on Tuesday, he said 95% of the Kempo in the UK was Devon, you must get that right, not Cornwall, southwest of England, which is true. It was a hotbed for it. As was the Channel Islands, well, Jersey. Jersey in the 80s, Mr. Parker was over here. 20, that's what I've heard. It seemed like every year he was over. He was over a couple of times a year. Mr. Parker was always here. It was fantastic. Lots of it. At the same time, Mr. Parker came over with the Infinite Insights, and they just sold like hotcakes. And we were reading these. We were at the time. There was a group of us, I would say, brown belts. First 3 black belts, and we're just sucking up this information and trying to put it in. It was a great time to be in Kempo, where, to paraphrase Damien, we're in the right place at the right time in Europe. It was fantastic. There's some great Kempo guys come out of here. The proof of the pudding, 2 fantastic instructors over here, Roy McDonald, Graham Lalliott. Graham Lalliott has actually gone to the States and is extremely successful in the States. That says a lot for what's happened, what was developed in Kempo. Okay, so that was then.
Great,
And,
great, yeah. Mr. Leliot, salute to him. He's doing well. I think he's up in California or somewhere.
Yes.
That okay. Yeah. So let me mention some comments here. Okay, we have Victor Fuentes Perez. Saludos, greeting master.
Greetings. Glad you.
We have John Ward to Richard Y.I. Man.
Yeah. Respect,
Nice.
John.
We have Maestro Guido Polidore, a gentleman. He says, my respects to your guest from Chile. Thank you, Guido, Maestro. Wow, we have some big players here. Maestro Eduardo de la Torre. Hello, Richard, mi amigo.
Oh, muchos amigos de la Torre. Fantastic. First time, tell you lots of stories about the first time we went to see Eduardo down in Malaga. Oh, what a guy. And he's still going. He's got a great, him, his son, he's down there on holiday to Spain with my family, and always wound up going to Eddie's club. And it was always brilliant. It was just fantastic. In fact, at one point, Eddie hotel I was staying at, and we overtook the gym, took over the gym, and we've done our Kempo stuff, and it was fantastic. And we were in a tourist area of Malaga. And so Eddie was saying, right, we'll all go for a beer. So we went for a beer, and we went. And so Eddie ordered the beers, and the guy was going, and Eddie went, okay, everybody go. He said, he's charging us tourist prices. And he said, we're Spanish. Okay. And the guy was saying, yeah. He said, no, we're Spanish. And the guy went, okay, just for tonight, Spanish prices. Lots of stuff with Eddie, and a great martial artist.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Eddie, good.
Andrea Talibar Mallet, such an amazing teacher and master.
My world champion, Andrea. Andrea came to me. She trained with me. We went to Holland. She trained really hard, okay? But she'd just been with me 9 months, maybe. Orange belt, and I said, okay, I'm going to make you a world champion. And she won the orange belt division because she listened. It was great. It was fantastic. She couldn't believe it that we made her. Well done, Andrea, my world champion.
Amazing. Well, my salute to Andrea. Okay, we have here Damien Abbott. Enjoy every second, Mr. Matthews. I couldn't get the kettle to boil, so I ended up with a beer. Apologies. That's a good excuse. Salute. Hey, Eduardo de la Torre, an excellent tempoist and a better person.
Thank you, Eddie. I hope that's good. My Spanish is una cerveza, that's it, okay? And it's the same for my Portuguese. It is you quero cerveja, sabes favor, but that's it. We talked about Kempo in Jersey. So it was, the 80s was an unbelievable time. I mean, the people who trained here, who went to America and were successful, Tony Martin, Brian Cooper, these were just guys we used to go and train together all the time. All had something to offer, all were enthusiastic, all were buzzing, all had a positive attitude, all dying to learn. Sometimes now you get some negativity in Kempo, it's been exposed a lot, but you look at somebody like Damien. Damien is an absolute force of nature for Kempo, and he's a positive person, which is we need more of them. It's great. It's good news. So I've been doing Kempo in Jersey. Okay, so I came to Jersey in '76, seasonal island, do the holiday season. In the UK, I was doing Shotokan, then Waterloo, and then 79, when I was at the peak of my Waterloo career, I suppose, I came to Jersey, Kemple. And so I went to the Kemple Club, and I remember, to be honest, the workout wasn't that challenging compared to the way we were working out in Newcastle. In Newcastle, we were training 4 or 5 nights a week on a Saturday morning, sparring on Sunday, just mega all the time, really going for it. But so I came and I was looking, I was trying to figure out, you see camp, or you think what they're doing. And a gentleman called Jim Rennie, he doesn't train anymore. And he said, oh, what do you do? I said, I do Waterloo. He said, I've got a friend in Scotland who does Waterloo. He said, and he called somebody out and they'd done a technique. And the technique I know now was Dance of Death with the full ending. And I was like, what? You can't do that. That's like disqualification. What are you doing? You just went to town on this guy. And so I went back to Newcastle. I remember talking to some of the guys in Waterloo, and I said, I've just seen this thing called Kemple. And they'd done a technique. I said, now this technique that they did, if we were going to put on a show, if you were going to do a demonstration for the public, you'd maybe figure something out like this and try and... I said, but they're training like this every night. And I says, it's just one technique after another. People are dropping, people are pick. And I came back to the island. I got to join Shukakai. I joined the Shukakai club, but I was Kemple, and I stuck with Kemple. And here ever since. Or Kemple stuck with me, one of the two. But I never, ever envisaged when I trained at the Skyline in the hotel 41, 42 years later, I'd still be doing it. It's amazing. I just used to love training. Belts and used to get in the way. I used to hate, I still do, tests and stuff like that. I don't want to do it, but you've got to get it if you want to learn more. You've got to get it. And this went right on. That's why I was a brown belt for about 5 years, I think. It was 1989, and I wasn't bothered. Tony Martin said to me, he said, Master Parker's coming over. He says, you've been put forward for your black. I said, I don't want to do my black belt. He says, you've got 6 months to, he says, you're ready. I said, I don't want to do it. I said, I'm not interested. I'm quite happy being a brown belt. And Tony Martin says, you're doing it in front of the master. And I still remember him saying it to us, and I thought, oh, okay. And so we all trained together. Graham Lelliott hired a studio in town, and we all got together this afternoon. Extra training specifically to go to Plymouth for our black belts. And probably the best advice I've had, or one of the first things, is Tony doing that. Because he pushed me, and Mr. Parker passed on probably 15 months later. I think he was. So that was great getting in front of him. That's my cut down first degree certificate. Witnessed it as well. He signed it and witnessed it, and he made a point of doing it. He witnessed this. He says, I witnessed your certificate. And I says, thank you very much. He said, no. He said, I don't do that for everybody. He said, I've witnessed it. And I was like, thank you very much. I had no clue what he was saying. Oh, believe it or not, I just look at Mr. Parker and go, yeah, okay. He'd ask a question like, okay. Didn't talk. Anyhow, so sorry, Frank. That was me babbling on. No, this is Martin McLaughlin. Is my third degree instructor. I've got very few black belts. I've got a couple of black belts. Martin has been with me right up from the beginning to the end since Kemple Works was formed. To me as a blue belt with a green tag, and I think I took the green tag off him. I can't remember, but he stayed, and he's he's excellent. He's one of the unsung, really understands the stuff, doesn't want to test anymore. He comes in here, and this is my little studio here. He comes in here on a Wednesday evening, and him and a guy called Vitor Lee. Vitor Lee is 20 years old, he's 23 now. He's got his black belt, he's been away, he's done mixed martial arts, kickboxing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He comes back, and I teach my couple of brown belts, and I just let them formulate it in the corner, and they take the techniques and rip them apart, put them together, and as long as they don't get injured, I don't mind. But they're always, the two of them, I'll tell you what happens when you get, they're always looking for me for approval. They'll come over and say, we're doing this, what do you think? Do you think? And I'm saying, that's fine, it's great. And I'm watching that, I wish I'd thought of that, it's fantastic. They're at this level where it's been pulled apart and put back together, reverse engineered, all these fancy terms, but they're really enthusiastic about Kempo. And the fact that Vitor has done, he still does it, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, all the arts, but he comes back and the first time he went to, he told us, he says the first time he went to a MMA thing, he came back and we're like, oh, what was it like? He said basically teaching me what you're teaching. Those guys are special. They're really, he says, no, but he understood the concepts, the principles, the idea behind what they were teaching. He said, when he was told the fighting tactics and strategy, he was saying it's Kempo. Because he looks at it that way, techniques, he looks at as skills, things you can absorb, things you can use, tools. Brilliant. Sorry. I'll shut up, should I? No.
No. This is your show, man. I mean, I'm just happy to have you here. You're here to share. This is what it's about. So please, interesting stories, though. Let me bring some of the comments because we have lots of people commenting. Let's see. Stan Hatfield, good morning, Mr. Matthews from Portland, Oregon.
Stan, look after yourself, get well, okay? Breathe a minute so you get well, Stan. Good man.
Yes, good man. Take care, sir. Okay. Mr. De La Torre says, a big hug from Malaga.
Hi, Eduardo. Yes, thank you. I'd long to see you again, okay? My amigo. Good, really good Kempo.
Good. Okay. Janie Elegger Nielsen. Did I say that right?
Yanni, we've just been doing a Zoom class. We were doing, what were we doing? We were doing blue belt extensions, okay, with Yanni. Yanni, I go over with Denser in Denmark. She's got a great club over there. Deceptive lady, because Yanni is a really good kickboxer as well. So you would make a mistake with she's excellent, okay? I hope to see you sometime this year, Yanni. Either we go over there or you make one of the two.
Nice.
Yanni.
Okay. We have so many comments. Oh my. Let's see. Where are we at? Okay. Catherine Letter Sumter Guro. Hello, Master Frank and Master Richard. Cheers from CCDP, Squim, Washington.
Wow. Thank you.
Nice. Okay, Liam Brady, hi lads from Ireland.
Liam Brady, top man. Another man who to pay to keep quiet. Liam knows. Liam knows a lot. I used to spend a lot of time with Liam. Different things. He went to. We'd done a training day in Newcastle. Liam came along and supported it. America a couple of times. A Dennis and Lawson event, which was They were brilliant. Yeah, Liam, go back a long way. He knows where all the bodies are buried. There's Liam. Yeah. Oh, I tell you what, Frank. We done a thing called the Kempo Training Day, and the idea behind the training day was it wasn't as elaborate as Damien, which is a fantastic event. Kempo Training Day was, people go away on shopping trips, people go away on sporting events, guys go away for the weekend, or ladies go away golfing. They just go away to do something. So that we would go to a city in the UK, hire a studio, do some Kempo and enjoy the city and go for a social, which is exactly what we did in Newcastle. We'd done one following that, we'd done one in Jersey, and it was slightly bigger. You just come over and do the event. Nobody's in charge. It's just everybody gets to teach. Then we went for a lovely Chinese meal, and really the social was really good. It was just an event. After watching your program, Frank, your podcast, I seen Scott Gonzalez, I seen Damien what's his name? Abbott. How enthusiastic they were about Kempo. It was fantastic. And so I thought, maybe we can redo the training day online as an online event. So I've approached them and they've said, yeah, we'll do it. Okay. The die's cast. We're starting to organize it. It's going to be a kind of a 4-hour online training day, which there's me, Damien, Scott Gonzalez, Soto. I think he should be on it as well. Frank?
I'll be honored. Yes, amazing. Thank you.
You can't say no because because you're on TV. No, Frank, it would be great if we could get it together. Oh, Frank, I've just had a low battery thing on my thing, but it's okay. How long have we got? If it goes off, I'll have to. Okay, it should be okay. Okay, Frank?
Yes, of course. Thank you, sir. Yes, I'm truly honored. Thank you so much.
Lovely. I'll send you some details. I'm sorry to spring it on you, but I'll send you some details. We'll see if we get it. Yeah.
When is this going to happen?
Sooner. It's going to be soon. I was hoping for February, because the thing is, it's going to be similar to what you're doing. It's going to be like Zoom based. It's going to be Scott Gonzalez in Arizona, Damien in Devon, me in Jersey, you in, where are you?
Mexico.
Oh, of course. You're in Mexico. And try and just get it together. A 50-minute slot each to do, to express ourselves in Kempo and do some teaching and training for everybody. And the details of starting to it off as a thought, but now it's starting to develop into something tangible. And hopefully, I've looked at the calendar today, maybe March the 6th, we'll be doing a Kempo training day online, and hopefully it'll be something for the future. I approached Damien about it, and I said it's like a poor man's calling. It's not the calling, which is a fantastic event. This is kind of it's my version of the calling. It's just a small 4-hour event where we can probably start developing a bit of community spirit within Kempo. Organizations, there's lots of organizations. This would be kind of a standalone thing where people come along and you'll have like 4 points of view, 4 very different points of view, but probably all heading in the same direction. That's the I've got from watching this. You had Scott Higgins on. Scott was great. Scott was talking, and you're like, oh, his perspective is fantastic and slightly different to mine. Then Damien's on, slightly different to mine. Scott, then yourself in the same direction. We've just got a different approach. I think that's the key thing.
Amazing, amazing. Yes, yes, I look forward to it. I'm excited already. Great, thank you. Okay, we have a lot more comments. Let me share some of them. We have Liv Lauren Peterson. Hello from Denmark.
Denmark.
Mr. De La Torre says, I wanna go and train with you again, says.
Yes, okay. Anytime.
Ashley Jenan Jihan says, good evening to my Tai Chi teacher. Looking good, Rich.
Excuse me. Ashley Jehan is an extremely talented Kung Fu guy who is also a Tai Chi teacher. I done Yang style Tai Chi. Ashley Jehan wetted my Tai Chi and I moved on to Chen style, and the humble guy that he is, now he was my instructor, took me through 24 style Yang. He came and trained with me when I started doing Chen. He's a top man, top man. We'll get together sometime. Thank you, sir.
Nice.
Good man.
Nancy Madej says hi from Berlin.
Nancy and Ronnie. That's I'll see you tomorrow. We'll be doing what we're doing tomorrow, Form 5, 4, I can't remember. But Nancy and Ronnie, Jürgen, Andy in Berlin, top guys, really are keen to develop. They just want more information all the time. Really good students. Love them.
Amazing, amazing. Merv Orman.
Mervyn, okay. If you could, Mervyn, if you could bottle what Mervyn had, then you would have the essence of Kempo. There's Mervyn is he knows, he's just natural. He just walks and talks and lives and breathes Kempo. Okay. Nice one, Mervyn. Good man.
Amazing. Nancy says Richard Kempo works.
That's the name of it. You can't see it. Kempo works.
Right.
There's a works because you've got to make it work. Where's the point of doing it if it doesn't work? Today we're doing blue belt extensions with Yanni, and I was breaking it down. Why I've got this big chunk of information, five moves into 5 segments, and then working it from there. And what it does is it reveals more stuff within the tech. My phrase is for techniques, sets, and forms are information carrying sequences. The information is there. The information is there for you to extract. The techniques are there for you to develop. It's like Mr. Parker said over here at Seton Place about techniques. He said everybody does techniques differently. He says just like a chef. He says chefs. He says they all make the same dish, but a little bit of seasoning. And he's dead right. Okay, you can call a dish something, but you can have lots of versions of it. And that's the key thing about, especially the extensions. People don't teach them. People keep away from them. I don't know why you get down in this information in there. People are worried about not doing it right, not doing the written version, not. We were doing mainly a guy called Tim Skingle. We're doing. I hope we were brown belts together. We had the written versions of the techniques, the extensions in about 87, and we were just going through them, it was just confusing at first, then it challenges you, then you realize this is a huge chunk of information. Damien was talking about the difference between the and the world of knowledge in between it. I had never actually thought about that because I was breaking each of that down. That little nugget made me reassess how I look at them.
Beautiful.
When Scott Gunn's doing the two-man technique, when Scott said he broke the timing on the attacks, I was like, so simple. Why didn't I think of that? Okay, he hit him first. I was no, what's he doing? So we get our belts and our ranks and stuff like that, but we've got to realize that you learn off everyone. You learn off somebody who walks into the studio. You learn it. Kempo is developing. We don't want to keep it living it. Okay, we want it to develop and grow. Okay, and that's what I see in this program. I loved it. Okay, I even watched I watched Frank Figueroa in Spanish. I didn't know, but his enthusiasm was brilliant. Because I was like, I didn't understand a word, odd word, but I was just impressed by his enthusiasm for the art. Fantastic.
We also did an interview in English with him.
I'll have to look it up. Oh, I think
Yeah.
I think I did see that, but I also watched the Spanish one. I think I looked the wrong one, and that was okay.
That's good. That's good. Okay. Dwayne Williams says, hi, everyone from Ireland.
Dwayne, good man. Okay, Frank, you see Irish, not the Irish, Kempo. So, Mrs. Parker, after Mr. Parker died, the island Reagan support the island, and there was one day I was driving Mrs. Parker to the airport, and she looked out over St. Albans Bay on a sunny day, which is a beautiful spot, and she said, my husband, he felt that Jersey was the spiritual home of Kempo in Europe. Now that's a big statement. That's what Mrs. Parker said to me. Now, I always tell people that, but the historical home of Kempo in Europe is Ireland. Okay, now you can, if you want real living history of Kempo, have a look at what we've got. You've got everything from the beginning. Damien was lucky enough I didn't know this, to train with Tommy Jordan. I've met Tommy Jordan, maybe he's had a couple of words with him, that's all. But I watched his forms on YouTube, fantastic. You see the evolution, and you wonder why those guys at that age are so fit. It's because those forms are not only of self-defense, they're actually a holistic exercise. That's what keeps them fit. They're wonderful. So for me, there's no old Kempo, there's no new Kempo, there's just Kempo. It's just like information. There's not there's not old information, new information, there's just good information. So if you can think from the past, that's brilliant. But it's, so I just thought I'd say that about, because I've said it a few times, that Jersey's the spiritual home of Kempo in Europe, but if you really want to know where it came, it was definitely Ireland. It was, and we've got to thank every Irishman for that.
Nice.
Except you, Liam.
Mr. Dennis Lawson says, a talented and brilliant martial artist, ask him about the development of his club set. Thank you, sir.
No, don't. The club set. Thank you, Dennis. Mr. Lawson. Oh, listen, he is one of the unsung heroes, the depth of knowledge that man's got on here. Sorry, Frank, I'll never tell you what to do. Dennis is so knowledgeable. It's untrue about Kempo, and he's understated, he just carries on, sits down, he'll have a glass of wine with you, and you okay. Oh,
No, keep on talking.
get it off.
Please continue to talk.
Okay. Kempo Club set. Well set. So this move. Thank you for putting that up. My interest in sticks went back to a BBC documentary called Way of the Wild in about 1980, and it showed Filipino martial arts. Okay, which is fantastic. And then when I got to be second degree brown belt, black belt, okay, a club set came along. And club set came and showed us club set, and it looked very mechanical, very wooden. It wasn't what I expected. And at the end of it, he said, it's not worth learning. He says, there's very little in there. I didn't think that attitude. So I actually just tried to develop it, and I'm still developing it. That was so in '94, I think, in Spain. I came third with club set, and I've come twice second. So it's not meant to be a competition form. It's meant to be how to use a blunt weapon when it comes into your hands. We're getting into Kempo now, okay? You look at it, you've got two sticks in your hand. I don't think that'll ever happen. That you'll be attacked with two sticks. You've got two sticks ready to go. I don't think you'll ever meet somebody with two sticks, okay? I doubt you'll even have one stick. Okay, so what is it? You've got to look at the weapon. The weapon is a blunt weapon that causes trauma. It doesn't. If it was to pierce, slash, or cut, it would be a piercing weapon. So we're looking at a blunt weapon here, and it's how to use a blunt weapon effectively and efficiently. When it is handed to you, when you take it off your opponent, when it's in the environment, how you use it instinctively, immediately. Why do we do it with two hands? Dexterity. Because you never know how the weapon's going to come into your hand. You've got to be equally as good with your left as you had with your right or your weaker hand. The stuff in it, from the very form, I come to you karate, you have no weapons, which are empty hands, okay? So we all know that. How do you get the weapon? Okay, so the very first move in my Kempo club set, okay, is like this and like this, okay, like this and like this. You're taking the club form. You're working against the weakest part of the hand, okay, with the end of the lever or under the lever. And that's how it starts. There are other disarms through it. And from the natural progression, that video there, that's on YouTube, is kind of, it's moved on a little bit from there. Because it's been my thing within Kempo, developing that club set, okay, my development understand Kempo more. Because rather than look outside Kempo, which you can do, and obviously you go to Filipino arts and stuff like that, which are fantastic. I've had some fantastic lessons of Danny Huertas, Dossi Paris. But you can also look inside. So I had to, I'm looking at it now, sorry. So basically looked at everything that we've got in Kempo, all the concepts and verse, the guides of what we should be doing when we're, that's in Fort Regent in Jersey, that when we're using a club. That's the short end, okay, short held, which looks like short held. I started developing, I read a book by Yakuti Tabota, really old book I came across. He used to teach the Californian police baton work, and it's one of the 1970s or something like that. And I watched how he held the club and how he was using it. And they held it in reverse grip. And the holes that he used, they're all in that club set, if you want to get them out. Also, a development point in the club set, Mr. Parker was in Jersey. Okay, so you got me going now. Mr. Parker was in Jersey, and he told a story. LA policeman who was standing, right now, I'm an English guy, so if I get all this wrong about LA and stuff like that, please bear with me. But an LA copper was standing on a corner, and he had his nightstick in his hand, and pulled up and rolled over the stop line. And he looked and he tapped on the window. He said, "You rolled over the stop line." Now, this is Mr. Parker telling the story. And the guy said, "Yeah." He says, "Rolling stop." He says, No, you stop on the line." The guy said, "Look, rolling stop, dead stop, same thing." So the policeman said, the copper said, "Okay, there's two of them in the car, him and his passenger." He said, "Get out of the car." So they get out, stand in front of him, and he looks at the passenger, okay, Frank, and he looks at that's Mr. Parker in Jersey, Nick Norrie in the background. So can I just show you this, Frank?
Yes.
So Mr. Parker gets so the copper goes, "Okay, you think a rolling stop and a dead stop are the same thing?" So he goes to I'm going to smash something here. He goes to the passenger. He goes, "Dink!" Oh, the passenger goes, He says, "No." He says, "That's a rolling stop." And he goes to the driver, "Bang!" And he went, "That's a dead stop." Now, what he was telling you there was about penetration. He was telling you how to use a weapon, how to use a weapon efficiently. You don't glance and flick it. If you're going to use this tool, then you use it effectively and efficiently and immediately. That's what Club Set was kind of all about when we do. If anyone's interested, at one of Dennis Lawson's events, I taught Club Set, and I decided to teach them all the way through from beginning to end. And he was there, Dennis Lawson was there, but Jerry Lynch was there. Jerry Lynch will never let me forget. He said we needed floodlights because we were doing it outside on the grass. It was getting dark. Everybody wanted to carry on with it. Yeah, they'll know. I was on a trip, and the next day I wanted to do Club Set again to teach them some drills, and they're all like, "No, more Club Set, no more Club Set." Well, I don't know. So sorry, Frank.
No, that's great. Thank you for sharing the story. Okay, we have more comments here. Let's see. Carlos Moya, saludos, Grandmaster Frank. Okay, cheers, Grandmaster Frank. We don't speak English, only French, but here we are supporting you as always. Okay.
Good man.
Luis Gutierrez, saludos, my good old friend.
Oh. Luis, what a fighter, eh? Great. Luis, he actually came to Jersey in a competition. Was in competition. There was a chap called Andy Bogues, was over from Guernsey, the other island. Andy got his black belt, and on it witnessed it. Andy's going, "Who can witness it?" And because he came over for this, Lewis was in competition. I went over. I said, "Look, get this guy to sign it." And I said to Lewis, I said, "Lewis, can you witness it?" And he went, "Yeah, is he okay?" I said, "Oh, he's great." He says, "Yeah." So, and it was all official. He passed his test, but he actually went and signed the certificate in mid-competition. That was excellent. I could have got somebody else, but he was on the island, so he did it. Thank you, Lewis. I remember.
Beautiful, beautiful. Mauricio Many cheers, masters, blessings to both of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cosimo Rugari, hi, Richard.
Cosimo! Oh, Uwe, Cosimo! He took, oh, listen, I went down to the south of France to train with Eric Martin. Fantastic students. Eric, what a guy. Stayed in the house. Crazy French people. Cosimo's Italian. So we had breakfast in France, we had lunch in Italy, and we had he took me for a little tour around there. Cosimo's a mad Uwe fan, que fino fina. So he's a great guy. I'd love to see them again. Cosimo, Eric, I'm asking after him. Fantastic students. Cosimo.
Luis Gutierrez says, I have a lot of great memories in Jersey.
Yeah, you're a good guy.
Anna from Ireland says, hi from Ireland, from a parent of Athi Kempo Club.
Always pleased to, I'm always pleased to, I keep telling John Ward, okay? So my mother's Irish, my wife's Irish, my grandparents are Irish. I'm not Irish, okay? I'm a Geordie from Newcastle, okay? So, but I've got more Irish blood in me than anything. So I've got a great family down in Dingle in the west coast of Ireland. I met them about 10 years ago. First time I've ever met outside of my family. Fantastic. If anyone has never been to Ireland, you must go before you die.
Yes, beautiful place. Amazing campus.
Not so much.
Keith Clark says, hi, Richard Matthews, greeting from Berlin.
From Berlin, Mr. Clark. Mr. Clark. Keith, the first time I went to Berlin, Keith translated for me. And the thing was, I was doing Blue Belt at the time. So I kept battering Keith. And he kept coming out. And he kept translating into English. The first time I went to Berlin, upstairs, and the German guys were all lined up there, and I looked at them. There were some big guys. I mean, and they looked at me, and they see me, and they think, "Oh, what are we getting here? Look at this. What is this coming in?" So I went in and had my belt on. Looked at all the red stuff on my belt. None of them. They all just glared at me. Oh no. This is no good. I'm going to have to hit one of them to get some respect. So years later, Ronnie and Nancy and Andy were over in Jersey, and we're having a beer. And Ronnie was saying something, and I heard my name mentioned. And I said to Nancy, "What did Ronnie say?" He says, "Oh, it's just something about when you came over." And I said, "Okay." I said, "What is it?" He said, I said, "No, I want to know what had it been." So Nancy told me what Ronnie said. He said, "Do you remember when Richard Matthews came to Berlin?" And so this guy with a squeaky English accent, it's me, okay, came in, "Hello, I'm..." And I thought, all right. I was like, and soon everybody was thinking, "Oh no, who's this?" And they said, "Then Richard Matthews, boom, boom, boom. Oh yeah, Richard Matthews is okay." So I was like that. "Oh, hello, I'm Richard." Do I speak like that? I don't speak like that. So that was Ronnie and Nancy, and Keith was Keith, top guy. Keith's just had started a young family there, so good luck.
Nice. Okay. Kim Dahl says, "Hey, Richard, hello from Copenhagen."
Thank you, Kim. Kim, I've only ever talked to you. One day we'll train together. Good man.
Amazing. Hello, Kim. Here we have a familiar face. Bry Cooper. Looking good, gentlemen. Looking forward to hearing your story, mate. Don't tell all.
Listen, no. Listen, Brian Cooper still owes me rent. No, Brian Cooper stayed with me in Jersey before he went to America. We had a rented house, and okay, I'm not going to tell you. I will not say anything about what happened in that house, but it's hard not to say. Brian, there's lots of stories you got about when you were in Jersey, about what you got up to. That was not telling you.
Yeah, Brian is definitely one of the Kempo guys that I would love to have here on the podcast. Brian, if you're listening, I will contact you, sir.
Oh, Brian's got a story. With Kempo, okay? So with Kempo, so every now and then you get to the point, for me, you get to the point where you become the thumbs in the belt instructor, where every now and then a student will come along and really challenge you. Brian was one of them. Okay, Brian was just a grade below me or something like that, but he was always a dangerous fighter, very, very dangerous. And he's a really good boxer over here. He's done everything and anything. It was good guy.
Great.
Lots of stories, Brian.
Maestro Patrick Kennedy. Hi, Richard. God bless you and keep safe from all of your friends in the LTKKA Ireland. Hello, sir.
Thank you, Pat. Good man. I'll see you the next time we're over. Good lad. This is
Fergus
great.
Kelly. Greetings, gentlemen, from Castleknock Kempo in Dublin.
Okay, you got it. There's no party without the Irish, okay, and there's no competition without the Irish either. Okay,
Agreed.
Yeah, oh, real good guys. Okay, I love going over there. The thing is, I don't know what it is, but every Irishman I've ever met can just take the mickey out of me, and they just do it. Make fun of me all the time. And they tell me I've got that kind of face. Who's that? Fergus Kelly.
Okay. Alan Hollis says hello from Ireland.
The Irish are in. The Irish are taking over.
Amazing. Hello. Martin McLaughlin. Yes, he did demote me.
Martin. Mr. McLaughlin. Okay, where are you? There you go. Martin McLaughlin, top guy. Martin learns so much about Kempo. Martin is my right-hand man, without a doubt. Okay, I'll tell you a story about Martin McLaughlin, my mate, Martin McLaughlin. So, about 10 years ago, maybe, we're going to Inspector Clouseau and Cato stage. Okay, so I used to say, Martin, you've got to throw the punch. Don't you pull the punch. Make sure you throw the punch when we do a technique. Don't pull it, because it will make me worse. Okay, so it was like Cato and Clouseau. So it is great. So Martin, we used to get stuck into each other. I've got a kind of a rule. I don't do a technique on anyone if they can't do a technique on me, which gets difficult. So when you go and do seminars and stuff like that, so if I hit Mark, so we went to Newcastle, and Les Griot done an event outside Newcastle. There was kickboxers there and all sorts. It was great. So I went in, and so I want to do a thing. So I said we're going to do right more on slipping here. I said we'll use leaping crane. I said, but we're just going to work the slip because there's a couple of kickboxers here. So great. So I'm talking to these guys, and then I turned around and I'm trying to explain what we're going to do, working around, and I says, okay, we're going to do the technique now. I says, okay, Martin, straight in the mouth, like that. My lip come up like this. Everybody in the class went like that. What? I went, Martin, what are you doing? And he says, you told me that shouldn't pull the lip straight, mate. I says, you've got to make me look good. I said, don't do that again. He went, oh, sorry. He said, but you said I've got to throw it out. So we were arguing about, he hit me square in the mouth because it's a lesson. And the lesson I was about to give was on slipping and I walked straight into his right hand in front of all these kickboxers and all that. It was funny. It was funny. That was Les Griot. I think Les is still doing it somewhere. That's Martin. That's my mate Martin. Don't mess.
Okay, that's a good story. Nancy Madib says, we had a great time in Newcastle with Kempo for Friends in Jersey, Exeter, and Berlin as well.
Yes. Nancy and Ronnie went to Newcastle. Newcastle, the northeast of England, it's England's best kept secret. It's a fantastic place. It's good fun. It's a party town. It's got beautiful scenery. And they arrived on a Thursday night in Newcastle, and I got on Friday. And I remember Nancy saying, it's some kind of fiesta going on, some kind of party going on, because the streets are full of people drinking, and lots of music. I says, no, it's just a Thursday night in Newcastle. It's just, that's the way it is every Thursday night. It's just a great place, and they can't wait to go back. It's where I'm from. It's a good time. It's a good time.
Amazing. International Hall of Fame says hello, maestros from Argentina.
Argentina. Wow.
Nice.
Thank you. Muchas gracias.
Carlos Zamora says hello, nice day, great talk. Gracias, Carlos.
Thank you, Carlos.
Okay, we have Maestro Scott Higgins. Hi, Richard. Thanks so much for the picture. You're looking good and healthy. It was a pleasure to work with Bernie, Drakes, and Ian when they came over to West LA. They were very hungry to learn as we all were back then.
Yes. Scott, today I was just looking through my phone. I had to edit my phone, and I came up Scott in Jersey, and so I sent it to him. So it's good. Scott, yeah, Scott is another one, a legend in LA, now a legend around the world. Okay, Scott.
Nice. Luis Gonzalez says, felicitaciones for the note. Greetings for the note. A big hug from Buenos Aires, Argentina.
Buenos Aires, lovely. Argentina, a place I'd love to go.
There we go. Yes. Maria Lopez, great maestros. Greetings from Argentina as well.
Lovely.
Nasim Holmes, greetings from South Africa. Mr. Matthews and Mr. Soto, students and I are tuned in. Amazing.
Nasim. Listen, fantastic.
Great guy, yeah.
We talk every now and then. I remember when the South African team came over to Jersey, 20 years ago. I can't remember. And also we went, another one of my black belts. We had a great time in Madrid with the South African team. Fantastic. I hope you stay safe in South Africa.
Okay, let's see. John Ward says, remind him it is his round at the bar.
You know something? John Ward talks common. Because you talk about getting around then, okay? So that was the thing about, not John, but environmental awareness. So when he's telling you, you go walk in a bar and he's telling you about the environmental awareness, and he's saying, he says, okay, there's 4 exits here, there's a gang in the corner, there's glass on the floor, there's weapons, there's glasses over here, there's weapons at the door. And then you say, yeah, and that's the bar, that's where you get the beer.
Oh my, we lost you. Okay, I'm gonna take advantage to talk a little bit here. Let's say hello. Okay, we have Martin Perez, saludos, buena transmisión, saludos. We have James Golding saying hi to Mr. Matthews. We lost him a little bit. Let's see if he gets back. Can't wait to get training again. It's been a long time. Okay, Fergus Kelly says, ¿Cómo estás, mi amigo? Saludos. Okay. Let's see. Phil Gibbs says, hi, Masters. Okay. Kathleen says, Screamador, fantastic. Okay. Eduardo de la Torre dice, Frank, siento no hablar inglés. Dile si puedes a Richard que le queremos y que la próxima vez que venga por Málaga. Saludos. Okay, sorry we lost him. He lost the connection, but actually we were out of time. So Kempo Art says, thank you both from Acton, California. Thank you. Danny Arnold says, good morning, buenos dias, and hello from Seattle. Salud, sir. Dennis Lawson says, Takayaku Kubota, Rich. Yes, Tak Kubota. Thank you. Okay, Cosmo Rugari says thanks. Let's say Fergus Kelly says Richard would probably more familiar with my instructions. Juliet McDermott, John Burge, and Master Eddie Downey. Salute to all of them, all the way to Ireland, and thank you for being here, Maestro Kelly. Okay, let's see. La próxima vez que venga por Málaga le terminaremos de enseñarle a bailar. Let's hope he sees the interview afterwards because he missed some of the part here. But I just want to say thank you all. Thank you all for being here. I'm sorry. I guess he just ran out of time. We did the whole interview anyhow. But if you want to reach Richard, let me just show you. He is on social media. So let's see. You can look for him on Twitter, okay? And he's also on Facebook, okay? So I don't know if I was allowed to share this, but there it is, okay? And also he has some videos on YouTube, okay, that you can watch. There he is as a young lad, okay? So thank you very much, Mr. Matthews. Thank you for being here, and thank you everybody that watched today. I also need to mention, thank you, Anna. Okay, thank you, Kempo Art, right? And thank you, everybody. I hope I mentioned everybody. Next Tuesday, we're gonna have here at the studio, Catherine Sumter is gonna be again, good old Catherine Sumter. She's a regular on the podcast now on the show. And she's going to be back here on Tuesday, February 9th. So we have a good week ahead of us next week as well. Okay, so thank you all. Thank you very much for watching this, and take care. Great show. Let's see. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.